Hi, welcome to another episode of Silver Fox Scotland. Now, I've mentioned this before. I think it was on my other channel, main channel there, Silver Fox Hot Takes. But this T-shirt I'm wearing, before it goes on my back, has been around the world at least twice. In terms of distance travelled, at least, and that's awful wasteful, isn't it? Well, somebody in the SNP thinks so, and so they don't want to waste it anymore. And they've come up with a cunning plan. It's almost as though Baldrick is an SNP minister now, because the SNP government is now in deep consultation, and has been for a while apparently, on plans that would restrict people from throwing out old clothes. They would instead go to a network of what they're calling reuse hubs. This is all part of this culture of circular economy and all that rubbish that they talk about. These would act as a constant alternative to buying new. We've already got them though, haven't we? Charity shops all across, not just Scotland, England, Wales, Ireland, everywhere. But other products in line for what they're calling restrict and reuse limitations in the circular economy, as they say, are things like construction materials, cosmetics, hygiene products, and electrical items. Now, for some of these things, electrical items, well, you just go down to sex. No, CEX, and you get stuff down there. Or there's as I say, you can go to we have a very good YMCA near us. It's a YMCA shop. You can buy anything in there. It's all second hand, but some of it's in really good nick, And construction materials, well, reclaim yards have been around for 200 years. They already exist. So there's nothing new. However, I would take exception on cosmetics and hygiene products. If you're using someone else's hygiene product, it's not very hygienic. And ditto cosmetics. Does a woman really want to put on a bit of lipstick that's had another woman's lips rammed all over it? I think not. But the measures are included in this new consultation, and it's been launched by Gillian Martin, who's the mentally ill SNP Minister for Green Madness or something. She says by supporting Scotland to move towards a culture of reuse, we're keeping materials longer, we're keeping goods longer, reusing them as long as possible. She wants that to become the norm, she says. She says she wants to be able to drive economic growth by increasing the resilience of our supply chains and encouraging innovation. These are just word salads, aren't they? Does she even know what encouraging innovation means? How can you encourage things for the future, innovation for the future, if you're stuck in the past, as the SNP completely are? They're not innovating their ideas to accept that there will be no independent Scotland. Alas, there you go. They want to bring in a charge for single-use cups. They're saying, well, it worked for what they call plastic bags at supermarkets. There was an 80% reduction. And fine, I suppose, possibly there's an argument for that. I don't see a problem against it. On the other hand, you're already actually paying for those cups, aren't you? Because those cups are actually figured into the cost of the coffee, or the cost of coffee. And so if they're going to say, right, there's a separate charge for the cup, then it would be behoven upon the coffee supplier to remove that charge from the coffee, the charge of the coffee. Say, well, I'm not paying for the cup now, I'm paying for the cup separately. So the coffee must come down by 10p or whatever it charges for the cup. Seems fair, doesn't it? But what they're trying to do now, and this is the next thing, is they want you to only use second-hand clothing. They want Scotland to be a country that everyone wears hand-me-downs. And that cannot be good. They say the Scottish Government is committed, and this is a direct quote from the document, the consultation document. It says, the Scottish Government is committed to delivering a different approach to our economy, one where we move from a take, make and dispose model to one where we value materials and keep them in use as long as possible. Textiles account for nearly a third of the carbon impact of household waste. Reduce and reuse materials and measures can help break up fast fashion cycle And the new co-designed code of practice for household waste and recycling may help reduce emissions. And again, it all goes on, blah, blah, blah. What they're saying is, wear your clothes longer, wear them more than once, keep wearing them, and when you finish with them, hand them over to someone else and they can enjoy them. I actually agree with this. I have said for a long time, one of the biggest wastes of carbon, in terms of damaging the environment and everything, is the fashion industry, because everything changes every 3 months. Oh, we can't. Oh, that was so March, and it was so last March, and so forth. And it's a very wasteful thing. And when people are doing this, and I mean, it takes it's a kilogram of cotton takes 20 kilograms of water, and so forth. So let's not grow so much cotton. I have actually been arguing that we should be wearing our clothes longer. And to be honest, men do, don't they? A man will buy a pair of jeans and he'll wear them until they're worn out. Whereas women will have, oh, I don't like that style anymore, throw them out. Oh, it's got to be this. Oh, I've already been seen in this skirt before. I've already seen in this dress before. Women, bloody women. But it is, the fashion industry is driven by women, and it's a fact. And it is that mentality of, oh, you can't wear something too many times, and so forth. We need to break. I actually agree we need to break the fashion industry. But I say by wearing the clothes longer, not by keep using other people's clothes. They want all this going on. They want all these clothes put into big shops where you can go and swap clothes and things like that. I don't object to it in principle, you understand. But I think it would be better if we just broke the global fashion market first. Break the fashion market and save the planet. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.